today on the bench I'm joined by a special guest, Brian Chan. And Brian, what are you going to tie us today?
Today we're going to tie the acetate floss bloodworm.
Excellent. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we're going to use a Mustad Signature Series C53S size 10. We'll use a maroon red glass bead as the bead. We'll tie with 6/0 red thread. For the tail, we'll use some red super floss, some red acetate floss for the body, and some fine gold holographic tinsel for the red.
Okay, so I put the hook in the vise, pinched the barb down, and that allowed me to slide the glass bead to the eye of the hook. Tied in my red tying thread, and I'm just bringing it back to the bend of the hook. I'm tying on a size 10 just because it's a little bit bigger and easier to see, but we tie these on the same hook model but all the way down to number 14, so it's almost half the length.
Okay.
So this is imitating one of those big bloodworms that the real big bomber chironomids emerge from, usually in the warmer summer months. So we're going to take some red super floss, and I'm just going to tie in a very short tail on either side, just to imitate the little pro legs that chironomid larvae have. They don't help in swimming or anything, but they are quite visible when you look closely at a real chironomid.
Okay.
And then the body on this will be that fine holographic tinsel. So I'm just going to, I'm going to use it to help build up the body a bit with more tying thread, tying it behind the eye. And then to the bend of the hook. And the body's going to be red acetate floss. And you have to be a little careful working with this because it frays really easily. So if you've got really rough hands, it's going to fray. So you can just very gently moisten it a little bit, but not with a lot of moisture, just to tame it down a bit. And I'm just going to lock that down there. Again, I'm going to bring my tying thread back up to the bead, and then I'm going to tie in the red acetate floss. Bring it back. And the reason why I'm building up the body a little bit is when we finish the fly by dipping it in acetone, the whole fly is going to shrink in diameter. So we want to get a little bit of thickness to the fly.
Because the acetone will dissolve the acetate floss.
That's exactly what it's doing, yeah. So we're just going to bring the body forward.
And these bloodworms are fairly thin.
They're fairly thin, yeah. We'll just lock it in with our tying thread. And then we'll take our gold holographic tinsel.
Now, is that a special, the gold holographic? Did you find that works better than the silver holographic?
We'll tie the pattern with both silver and gold. My first choice would be the gold. It seems to stand out a little bit better.
And number of ribs really doesn't matter?
5 to 7 is plenty. It's just to give the fly some segmentation, but using the holographic tinsel, it provides a bit of flash to the fly as well. So that kind of finishes the fly off. We'll just take our whip finisher. So now the fly is basically finished for tying, but now what we want to do is, I've got a little glass vial with acetone in it, that you could pick up at any hardware store. And I'm just going to dip the fly, the entire fly, into acetone.
And you have to be careful. Acetone is a very aggressive solvent.
It's volatile and it's got quite a strong odor.
Right. So probably do it in a well-ventilated area.
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah. So I'm just using a pair of hackle pliers to just dip the fly in.
So you just dip the whole bead and everything?
In and out. That's all. So it's very quick. Now the acetone will evaporate fairly quickly now, and the fly will be dry in a matter of seconds. And we'll just put her back in the vise. And what you've gotten is now the acetate floss has become quite shiny, hard, very durable, but very shiny. And the holographic tinsel is kind of melted into it, so it's a very durable fly as well. And we just finished the fly with head cement.
Excellent. Thanks for the pattern.
You're welcome.